What's going on? In this video, I want to talk about detachment and ego dissolution as being a superpower to saving money, building wealth, and having success, specifically as it pertains to cars. So what do I mean, and why am I making this video? I haven't posted in a little while, and I wanted to hop on, and I felt more inspired to talk about something a little bit more heady and obscure rather than just buy cheap, fix up, sell for more, as a lot of the prior content has been. So breaking it down, and exactly what I mean by this is a lot of us strive for material wealth, financial success, and money for the purpose of gain, and usually to feel good, to flex, to brag, to show off. Of course, there's a time and place for that, the experience of finer things and nicer stuff. I think all of us strive to grow and expand and achieve more and better. Now, the caveat about that is when you make it mean something about you, and when you strive and when you aim to get these things so that you have this thing, so that now you become complete or you feel more complete. A lot of us are insecure, myself formerly, in something of course that I'll still contend with as I'm in a human body as long as I live, is attaching value to physical stuff or some external value source, right? Like an award or a financial status or a super nice car to drive. You strive to drive the Lambo because the Lambo could be cool, but also because other people's perception of you makes you appear cooler, right? It's not just the performance aspect of the car. If you could, let's say, buy any sort of vehicle, nobody would know, you couldn't tell anyone, and it would just be you driving it, what would you buy? Now, ask the same question, what's your dream car? Different answers probably. One of them may make your heart sing, one of them is hypier and cooler, like the GT3 RS, Lamborghini Huracan. Both of those are super common, prevalent dream cars. For what though? Do you actually want a GT3 RS? Do you actually want a Huracan? Or are they not that great? I test drove an older Gallardo. I was super let down at the driving experience. I didn't get to open it up like crazy, but it was a gated 6 car. I just didn't like how it drove, and I passed. Same with an Audi R8. I drove 2 V10 automatics or the R-tronics, whatever it is. I didn't like how they drove, and I said, I'm going to wait to get an R8 till I get a gated car. And I'm going to wait to get an R8 until I get a good deal on an R8. And it's this detachment from ego to some extent that allows me to do this, and that can allow you to do this as well. Let me give you a couple more examples that are crazy. So right now in the garage, specifically, I have 2 cars. One is a 2017 Acura NSX. It was over 100 grand. It's awesome. It's a blast. And my daily, a $4,500, by the time it got shipped in, paid the tax, did everything, right? It's less than 6K for a 2015 RDX with like 110,000 miles. It's a great daily. But why would I have that? And a lot of people would ask, why do you have that? Why are you dailying that when you have the NSX in the garage? Like, it's 10 times more expensive. It's the dream car for a lot of people. And it's because I don't need to drive it every day. I don't want to depreciate the car, put the mileage on it, risk an accident, driving in inclement weather with this thing. Taken to another extreme, I splurged, bought a timepiece. I thought I was going to do well on it. I lost a little bit of money, candidly, no ego. Bought an AP for $60,000, crazy. AP brick, it was awesome. I'll throw a picture on the screen right here. Anyway, thought it was a good deal, thought I could make a little bit of money, enjoy the watch, that it would be a really nice thing, because I too quest to experience and enjoy these really the finer things, right? So I picked up the $60,000 watch in a less than $2,000 Toyota Solara with 250,000 miles or something on it. It was rough, but it was a gas saver. It was amazing. It was what I was driving at the time, and it didn't matter. The The watch cost 30 times as much as this car cost. And I could still show up and pick up this thing and feel just as excited about getting this watch and hitting this milestone without needing to pull up in my Lambo, in my G-Wagon, in my whatever, right? Because I've had the G-Wagon. I've had a 6-figure supercar. I do right now. I've had all sorts of fun stuff. I've gotten to experience it. It's been amazing. Don't get me wrong. I love to. That's why I still own the car right now. But the point at which someone wants to pay more and I can exit out of this vehicle than I gave for it, then I'm willing to let it go. Maybe a month ago now, I had a red NSX, 92 bone stock, very pristine, 3-owner, I think it was the 4th car. It was amazing. It drove incredibly well. And I actually got a little bit attached to that car. I really liked it. I have another one sitting out in my barn, currently have it too. It's a 94. I posted the 94 for sale. I'd kept the 92 kind of on the back burner for me to keep and enjoy. And I got an inquiry from someone that was interested in buying a first-gen NSX. They asked some questions about the car. They saw that I had a post with both of them in the same picture, and they said, "Are you open to selling the red one?" It cost more money, and I said for the right price, I'd be willing to sell it. The green car at that point was 60. The red car was 70. And I was like dead set because I didn't really want to sell it, even though the green car is a rare paint color, has lower miles. Through talking and chatting and getting photos and videos of each car, the buyer ended up choosing the red car, of course. They wanted the nicer version and variant of the two that I had. And I let it go because I'm detached. I don't need to be tied to this specific vehicle. As much as I would have loved to keep it, it's time to go. I got a very solid price. I bought it well. I got a good deal on the car upon purchase. I threw a set of floor mats in it, drove it, enjoyed the thing, and knew that it was going to sit pretty much all winter in the barn. I wasn't going to be able to drive it or enjoy it, and so if someone wanted to make a move on one at a high price, then I would be able to exit from that car and redeploy that capital into something else. But I'm not attached saying, this is my red 92, this is mine, or owning this thing, having this thing makes me feel complete. It can go. I could sell the green car and now the current new red car tomorrow and just have my $6,000 RDX and still be just as much of a car guy as I am today, having two supercars, if you want to call them that, in the garage and the barn respectively. Another side aspect, maybe you'll see it on the channel, fingers crossed, is that there is a C6 Z06 for sale. We're about a week out from Christmas here in northern Indiana, if you don't have much context, if you're new here. We're in northern Indiana, the weather is horrible, it snowed. It snowed out today. It is definitely not sports car weather, but there was a C6Z posted for sale for $33K, which in and of itself is a pretty strong price. And I reached out to the seller. I said, hey, do you want to let this go? Are you flexible on price? He said 28 would take it, putting it at pretty much the cheapest clean title Z06 in the country at this point. Obviously the market can shift, but I think it'll go upward in the spring, barring huge external economic factors. Anyway, checked out the car, offered him 25, got there, and it's clean. It's really nice. There's nothing to complain about other than the rear tires needing replaced, and that was disclosed in the listing. So test drove the car, said, hey, I have 26. I know that I said 25. I have 26,000. Can pay for it, wire, cash, cashier's check, whatever works. But I really don't want to come up. And with that, I know there are two, potentially three realities. Number one is that it sells to somebody else, which would hurt. I love this car. I've never had a C6Z. I had a C6, I had a supercharged C5Z, but this is like a built 570, 580 horse machine. It's like the Z06 that people that like C6, Z06 want. It's awesome. And it could sell to somebody else who sees the value and is willing to pay marginally more. That's reality number one. Reality two is that he, doesn't sell it, stays firm at 28K plus and just hangs on to the car. Reality number three is that he decides, you know what, let's come down on the price. I'll do 26. I have circumstances where I want to sell the car, I want to let it go. But I am holding firm to that 26 mark because I know that I need to put rear tires on it, and I know that I want to own it for free. Like, worst case scenario, if I have 27.5 in the car after detail, new tires, whatever, it's a very solid number to be sitting in it at. Now, do I have the means right now to go draft a check for 28K? Does the $2,000 really make a difference? No, it doesn't. I have the capacity, the ability to buy that for the additional $2,000. Do I want it? Sure. But more than I want the car, I want the ownership for free. I want to illustrate to all of you what can be done, and that wealth can be preserved and accumulated and enjoyed through all sorts of different vehicles. That's the whole automotive money shtick. So I'm holding off, and time will tell. And I have missed deals, candidly, transparently. Missed a whole bunch of deals because I've been too much of a penny pincher, where I've had the set price and I haven't wanted to come up marginally more to make it happen, to get the deal closed. But the times that I have stuck to my number, or, come to my senses, come up marginally just to make something happen, to get it closed, it's always paid off. It's been worth it. It's been worthwhile. And that detachment from, I need to get this C6Z06. I need to keep my red NA1 and SX. I need that neediness is what causes a lot of people to get into trouble. These desires, these perceived needs anyway, causes a lot of pain, a lot of turmoil, a lot of irrationality. That would be the key word. It's not driven by logic. It doesn't make as much or any financial sense, but people do it anyway because they're attached and they have this ego. If I get this big lifted truck, if I get this almost 600 wheel C6Z06, I'll be the coolest one in the friend group. I'll be the fastest one in the friend group. I'll have the coolest build on TikTok. Whatever you name it. People are so attached to all this stuff. I just want to hop on and iterate that it probably doesn't serve you, probably doesn't help, especially looking at things more logically and linearly. The point at which the logic goes out the window is the point at which I try and strive not to, pursue that thing any longer. Being able to detach. Hey, myself as a car guy, I can be just as passionate about cars whether I have this thing or whether I don't at a certain time. Hopefully this video helps. Hopefully you resonate or got a little bit of value out of it. If you did, definitely drop a like, drop a comment down below if you want me to get heady, talk about something else, just ramble and babble for a little bit with wisdom, we'll call it that. Young-yeared wisdom. Drop it down below in the comments if you want to hear any of that, or if you're saying, hey, this content's lame, I want to see more flips, I want to see more of these, show me bikes, cars, trucks, whatever, how to make money working with vehicles. If you want to see that sort of content, let me know down below. With that in mind, I will see you on the next one. Peace.